Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on September the 23rd, 2021. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. As usual, we'll start by taking a look at our calendar here. So before we dive into the news that's coming up, let's take a look at what happened with the Fed today. So we had the FOMC statement, and essentially the Fed is saying that they're going to start tapering their asset purchase program, which is basically the money that they have been putting into the market. So they have been buying assets, essentially just the bonds and stuff, to support the stock market. And as a result of that, all the money they've been pumping into the economy, it has supported businesses, and it has created liquidity in the market. Now that we are coming out of COVID, we were expecting the Fed to make these changes. They had announced it, but then there was concern that with the new COVID variant, will they hold off on that? And it seems they do not want to hold off on that. As of November, they said they're going to start tapering that program and end it sometime in 2022. And also in 2022, they are going to start raising rates as well. So that is a bullish statement. Anytime the Fed or any central bank actually tightens the monetary policy, it's good for the currency. And so that's what we have seen. And as a result of that, US dollar went up. We saw before the Fed statement, the stock market went up and US dollar had dropped. But with the Fed statement, US dollar actually went up. So all the dollar crosses went down. So that's what we have currently. And coming up on Thursday here, a ton of data here. This is where we, again, need to be careful, expect volatility in the market. Now, coming up on Thursday, we have, first of all, PMI numbers. PMI numbers are important because they're precursors to our retail numbers. So if the purchasing managers are buying stuff, which means they are expecting higher sales, so they are expecting consumers to be buying. So that's a positive indication, and this is a leading indicator. So any kind of positive PMI numbers will have positive impact on the currency. So that's one. And then we have Swiss National Bank monetary policy statement here as well. So if you're trading Swiss franc, this would be the one to keep an eye on. Another one here, we have PMI numbers out of Germany, so France and Germany, both of these, and then out of the overall Eurozone. So very important numbers to keep in mind. Positive numbers here will be positive for Euro, and we're likely to see Euro go up as a result of that. Now, we do have PMI numbers from UK as well, so expect some reaction in British pound. So any numbers that are below expectations will have negative impact on the currency. Now, for our pound here, we do have monetary policy statement as well. So at this point, not really expecting an interest rate hike. The question will be, will they follow in the footsteps of the Fed and talk about tightening? Because Bank of England did talk about tightening previously. Now, if they do the same thing that Fed did, it will be good for British pound, and we are likely to see pound go up as a result. So they don't even have to change anything today. If they say they're going to change something soon, that would be a positive thing for the pound. So we'll keep an eye on that. And then we also have retail sales data here for Canadian dollar, and then PMI numbers out of the US. So all in all, it is looking like a busy morning. So expect volatility in the market as a result of all these news items here. All right, so let's go on to our charts here. We'll start off with euro dollar. So as we had expected, euro dropped, but before it dropped, it did pull back here and did a retest of the previous support resistance level. And this was prior to the Fed statement. And then once we had the Fed statement, price dropped here. So right now we have a nice bearish engulfing candle close here. So bias is bearish. Now, keep in mind, we have news coming up for euro, and then we also have the support level coming up here. This is where price had pushed back up, and now here we are again. So in this case, bearish bias, be mindful of the support, but should it go through, then we do have next level here is 1.1600. So bearish bias with caution at 1.1665 level. Pound as well, looking bearish. With the pound as well, we saw price pull back up into the previous support resistance level, and then it dropped from there. So we have a nice bearish engulfing candle, looking for a drop. Now, keep in mind, we are right into the support level. So we do need to see the price break through the support level at 1.3600 and looking for a continuation here. So bearish bias, next target is 1.3570. And this is where it could get a little tricky because we are going into levels we haven't seen for quite some time, since January of this year. So watch out for that, but bias is bearish. 1.3570 is the first target. 1.3520 is the second target here. So bearish bias, again, with caution into the support levels. And again, we have monetary policy statement for UK PMI numbers. So busy day for the pound here. So expect volatility. Aussie dollar, this as well looks bearish right now. Same type of scenario. We saw the pullback and then a drop from there. Now, this does look bearish, but keep in mind, it has not broken through the support in the last 3 days. So we do need to see a break here. And in terms of the target, first target is 0.7200 and then 0.7100. Actually, there should be another one in the middle. Let's take a look. Yes, we could. Okay. So first target 0.7200 and then 0.7150 and then 0.7100. So bearish bias here for Aussie dollar. New Zealand dollar, same scenario here as well. We saw price pull back and then it dropped from the previous support resistance level. We have a nice pin bar here looking for a drop. And the first target is fairly close here, 0.6970. And then we have 0.6930, which is a nice support resistance level. So bearish bias for New Zealand dollar as well. Dollar CAD, this one has moved in both directions here. So we saw a drop and a pullback. So with this here, bias is neutral. Both US dollar and so US dollar, of course, has been strong, but the Canadian dollar has been holding its own as well. What I'm looking for here is if it holds above 1.2740, then I'd be looking for a move higher here, but this may come and retest the support level. Again, if it holds above, then we'd be looking for a move higher. All in all, though, it does have that immediate trend to the upside, but it's not a clear trend. So neutral bias for now, and we'll keep an eye on the support and see how price reacts. Next target is 1.2850. Let's take a look at our commodities here. Silver went all the way into resistance here, 23.13, and this is where it has bounced off of. So now we could see a pullback, a bit of a pullback, so watch out for that. And basically now we're looking at a range bound move. So the last few days price has been range bound, it dropped, pulled back, and now I'm looking for a move back towards the lower part of the range here. 22 is the target, so neutral to slightly bearish bias for silver. Gold here, gold went up and now we have a nice bearish pin bar here, so looking for a drop. This was a nice drop, pullback, and now looking for a drop. This was the same behavior earlier as well. Drop, pullback, drop. So same thing here, looking for continuation to the downside. And in this case, the first target is 1757, and then we have 1742. So bearish bias here for gold. Oil here, oil looking bullish here, and this is where Canadian dollar held its own. So we have a nice bullish candle close, so looking for a move higher towards 73.00. So bias is bullish for oil. Copper as well went up. Now copper is at an interesting levels, right into resistance. And this is where if it fails to go through, we are back again. So watch out for that. But as we have seen previously here, we had a similar drop and then it bounced up and then pulled back and went through. So that could happen here as well. That's why neutral bias, what it could do is do one of these and then go back up again. And in that case, we'd be looking for a move higher again. So right now I'm neutral on this, waiting for a bit of a pullback into 4.14. If it holds, we are going long. So neutral bias for copper. Bitcoin here. Bitcoin is looking, it did have a bullish move here today because of the stock market going up. It moved with the stock market. However, it is right into resistance. So right now I'm going to stay neutral on this. If it goes through this, then we're looking for a move higher right into that 48,650 level. The problem though is it's into this strong support resistance level, just like it did previously here. It could do one of these. So we'll watch out for that. If it holds below this 44,000 level, then we are back down again. So right now I'm neutral. Target is 39,660. S&P 500 looking bullish. It did not drop as a result of the Fed announcement, which is interesting. So now we do have a bullish candle close. With this one here, I'm looking for a retest of 44.20. So if it holds below, then we're looking for a drop, but it may go through. And in that case, the next target here is 40. Next target would be 44.90. So right now, I'm neutral again on this because we need to see how price will react at our support resistance level. And based on what it does here, that's the direction we will move in. So keep in mind, if it doesn't go through, we're looking for a drop then. So bias is neutral here for S&P 500. NASDAQ here also looking bullish here. We do have a nice bullish candle close. Same thing here. We may see price come into resistance. And if it goes through though, then we are looking for continuation higher. So it looks like the Fed announcement didn't really dampen any of that bullishness that came into the market. So it's basically, we see a drop and then the buying comes in. And that's where we are seeing the market pushed up. So this could continue higher. Right now, neutral bias, and we'll see how price reacts at 15,260 or 15,360. If it goes through these levels, then we're basically continuing higher. So neutral bias, but watch out there. And then Dow Jones as well, same thing. Not much of a reaction to the Fed statement here. I'm looking for price to go towards 34,500. And in this case, should it not go through, then we'd be looking for a drop. At this point though, last time this happened, we were back again and then even higher. So that's why in this case, if it goes through, then we're looking for a move back up again. So this is the same type of behavior or similar behavior that we saw previously as well. But again, watch out for this 34,500 level, because if it gets stuck here, then looking for a drop. So bias right now is neutral. 34,500 is the first level to watch out. DAX here as well did close bullish. Again, it is into support resistance level. Should it go through the 15,500, then we are looking for 15,675. So neutral to bullish bias. So all of those have neutral to bullish bias. And then our FTSE also looking bullish here. Now it is into resistance. This is where it has struggled previously, but looking bullish here. Next target is 71.25. Nikkei here, Nikkei trying to move higher. Now we do have a bullish candle close, but we are coming up into resistance. So neutral to bullish bias here, but watch out for the resistance because this is where things could turn around. So 30,190 is the level we are watching. If it holds below, then we are looking for a move lower, and this one could turn into head and shoulders. So right now, it's not quite ready yet, so we'll have to watch and wait here. So that's it for today. You guys have a wonderful trading day, and I'll be back again tomorrow. Bye for now.